I'ma do the things that I wanna do. I ain't got a thing to prove to you. I'll eat my candy with the pork and beans. Excuse my manners if I make a scene. I ain't gonna wear the clothes that you like. I'm fine and dandy with the me inside. One look in the mirror and I'm tickled pink. I don't give a hoot about what you think. The Yes Men. Yes, God, yes. Yes, man. Yes, today. There are a few movies with yes in the title. Well, Netflix added one more with their original family comedy, Yes Day. Should you say yes to watching this? After years of saying no to their kids, a mom and dad decide to try out a yes day, where for 24 hours they say yes to whatever their kids want to do. Ooh, so I've got some new munchies to try, so if you are interested, stay tuned towards the end of the review for that. Alright, so everything in this is predictable. The formula isn't unique for a family comedy, and we know the character types that we're gonna get. We have the once fun mom who is now overbearing and overprotective. She's the fun killer, and that allows for some character growth and change to see the errors of her ways. There's the easygoing dad. He makes the kids laugh and he gets out of playing the disciplinarian, so he's pretty much liked the entire time. He gets to have a learning opportunity about being a true partner in the relationship, though. We have the angsty and semi-rebellious teenager who is aching to stretch her wings and enjoy some autonomy. Of course, she believes she can handle everything, so there are lessons to be learned about needing others and responsibility. There's the nerdy but lovable kid who likes to have fun and also has a knack for creating unique problems that lead to laughs. He too gets to learn a lesson about responsibility. And finally, we have the precocious youngest child. She's cute and innocent and gets to spout some fun one-liners. And then to round out the cast, there's also the weirdo Yoda-esque guidance counselor / coach who spouts some wisdom, and he seems to be ever present in this family's day. He's quirky and goofy and uses a lot of physical humor and facial expressions to try and garner laughs from us. So with all those descriptions, it almost sounds like I hated the predictability and cringiness of the movie. But I didn't. I mean, despite all of the very obvious problems the story and execution have, I still enjoyed the show. We know it's going to just be a series of wacky events strung together to hopefully create a narrative that either warms our hearts or connects to us on an emotional level. And for me, it did a little of both. As a parent, some of the story elements do ring true, but also, it's just a cute escape for 86 minutes. Now, there's nothing deep or revolutionary happening within the story. We have the family who's experiencing the same doldrums and arguments that most have, and they decide to try something new in an effort to break out of that cycle. Saying yes to just about everything, of course, is going to create some weird situations, and most of them are wildly unrealistic, but that's also the beauty of this. It's an escape from reality. There are a lot of conveniences also that are built into the story. There's some scenes created only for one payoff visual gag. Jennifer Garner's Allison has a meeting at the beginning of the film. The only reason to even have this in the story is to set up a calamity with her children. The meeting itself is pretty pointless and is used for an attempt at humor, but it doesn't have any story impact after that. I found some characters that are used annoyingly. Their performances are meant to make, just all of the little kids in the audience laugh because of their awkwardness, and they're harmless, but cringy. Fortune Feimster and Arturo Castro play a paramedic and a cop, respectively, and I found them mildly irritating. But again, like I said, they're not really harming the story, they're just not progressing it too much either. The pace of this is quick and jumps from scene to scene, kind of like a sugared up toddler. But it is easy to follow. I mean, the predictability helps a lot, but also I found the cast fun to watch. Jennifer Garner and Edgar Ramirez don't take themselves seriously, and I think it works. Their willingness to go silly is what helps sell the story. And I do think at times they are trying too hard, and it comes across more as cheesy than funny, but on the whole, I just didn't mind them. And yes, there is very little development on our characters. We're shown a quick and effective montage at the beginning to introduce us to Garner and Ramirez, and it set the stage pretty well. But in the present, other than the parents saying no to most stuff, we don't know a ton about them. And the same goes for the kids as well. We get little bits of info as the story goes along, and it's pretty surface level, but I also think it's enough for this level of storytelling. So could the movie spend more time developing the parents' backstories since having kids? Of course they can. But would it add anything to the final product other than time? I mean, we might have a deeper conflict that can be created, but then the story risks losing the majority of the younger audience. The premise of Yes Day reminded me slightly of Yes Man with Jim Carrey. Now, I don't think I've rewatched it since it first came out, but from what I remember, I mean, his character decides to say yes to just everything, which then has some good and bad consequences for his life. Also at one point, and it's probably more because of the makeup of the cast and just how the framing was in the scene, but I got vibes from the recent family comedy Instant Family with Mark Wahlberg and Rose Byrne. Now both of those films had more emotional weight, but I also don't think that they were aiming for the same target audience as Yes Day. This one skews younger, but if you are looking for something that is a lighthearted and easy watch, this can make for a fun family night viewing. Okay, so before I give my rating, I found 2 new types of Oreos. I mean, at least they're new to me, and I thought I'd let you know about them. So first up is the gluten-free double stuff Oreo. And I don't know if this will focus or not in there, but anyway, some members of my family have true gluten allergies, and so they have to stay away from gluten. But sometimes they also want junk food. I mean, who doesn't want junk food, right? And so gluten-free food, I don't know if you've tried it. A lot of the time it's gritty and it's nasty. These not gritty and really tasted well. I mean, I don't think that I could tell the difference if you were to put a double stuffed Oreo and a gluten-free double stuffed Oreo in front of me, that I would be able to tell the difference. It tasted exactly the same, the texture and just even the cookie as it ground down in my teeth, I didn't feel like I was chewing on sand, which happens a lot of the time when I eat gluten-free stuff. So the next thing I found is these strawberry frosted donut Oreos. Now, these are limited, I think, limited edition, yes. And I already tried one because I didn't want to sit here and chew on screen for you, but I opened one up and there's a brownish frosting. I don't know if that'll focus or not, probably not. Maybe I'll put it next to my face, that'll at least help. And then it has this pink-ish frosting in there as well. These are just, they're okay. It has a chalky taste. It doesn't really taste like strawberry, doesn't really taste like donut, just kind of tastes like not Oreo. So I don't know. So I would probably stay away from the strawberry frosted donut Oreo and just stick with either the regular or the gluten-free double stuff. And really, I mean, when you do the double stuff, just as a pro tip here, open them up, throw away one of the cookies, actually throw away both of the cookies that don't have the frosting on them and stick the 2 that have the frosting together. So you have a double stuffed, right? Because that's the way to eat a double stuff. All right, back to my rating. There's no sex or nudity, mild profanity, and some slapstick violence. I give Yes Day 3 out of 5 couches. So have you ever had a Yes Day? I mean, is this something that you would do with your family? I've never done it, and my kids are now older, so anything they chose to do would probably kill me. But let me know what you do, or if you have done it, in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.